All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. It's fight night. We got a lot going on in the sport of boxing today. We got Canelo Alvarez, obviously. Canelo's fighting Jaime Munguia in a little bit. We got that fight coming real soon, and it'll be a good one. I'm excited. I'm excited to see Canelo back at it. It's been a minute since he's gotten a stoppage. Will tonight be the night that Canelo's able to pull off a stoppage? And it'll be interesting. I'm happy to be back live. I've been live 3 straight days in a row. We're just working, man. Staying busy. We got the Ryan Garcia episode, and we got Canelo. Let's talk some boxing today, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get this live popping a little bit. It usually takes some time for some viewers to hop in, so I'll type in the chat. Let's ask me some questions. Whoever is hopping in right now, just ask away, and I will be answering in the live chat. Let's talk boxing. Drop questions or comments. Let's go. Let's get it, baby. We're back at it. We got Ryan Garcia. Obviously, you guys have been following the controversy about Ryan, and it's not a good look. I can't lie. It's not a good look for Ryan Garcia, but ultimately, we all kind of want to see Ryan Garcia be innocent. I just don't know if we will see that. We got to wait on that sample B, allegedly. It's expected to come back positive because obviously if you test positive, then it is a bad look. But ultimately, I'll give Ryan Garcia the benefit of the doubt and hope that him testing positive is something that was out of his control, because that's ultimately his only way out, is if he can prove that he didn't take it on purpose. This is something I've been talking about for a minute, but it's also Canelo fight night. So if you guys want to talk some Canelo Alvarez, I'm down for that too. I'm always down to talk some boxing with you guys. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what's popping. What are you guys finding interesting in the sport today? Any questions you guys got? It's fight night. I'm getting hyped for it because I'm excited to see Ryan Garcia. Is he gonna? I think he's gonna be at the Canelo fight. So will we see any antics, anything interesting? We got another viewer in the chat. What's up? Drop a question. What's going on? Welcome to the Ryan Garcia trial. We're talking about Canelo. We're talking about Ryan Garcia. So there's a lot of hot topics in the sport of boxing today. We had the Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin press conference today, so that'll be quite interesting if I do say so myself. I'm excited. I'm excited for where the sport of boxing is headed because we got David Benavidez and Tank on the same card, so that'll be an exciting one. We obviously going into this fight night with Canelo Alvarez, I told you guys that I wasn't too excited for it. But it's fight night, so we'll see what Canelo does. But Ryan Garcia, this is the trial of Ryan Garcia. Gervonta Tank Davis comes to the defense of Ryan Garcia. It was interesting stuff. Shout out to you guys that just joined the live. I'm excited to see what happens with Ryan Garcia, and it's going to be interesting. Tank Davis came to Ryan Garcia's defense. I was shocked by that, but ultimately, we may just think that the only reason Tank is defending Ryan Garcia could be because he wants his win against Ryan to look better, because Ryan beat Devin, and Devin and Tank were supposed to fight. But if Tank already beat Ryan and Ryan did that to Devin, then what's the point of even making that fight happen if Tank stopped Ryan? And breaking news, Tank also said that he's willing to fight Ryan Garcia at 140, but there has to be a catch weight. So that's a little interesting. So if Tank's willing to fight that rematch, that's what he said. He's willing to fight Ryan Garcia in a rematch. I hope you guys heard that clear if you're just joining. Tank Davis agrees to a Ryan Garcia rematch, but he says it has to take place at 140, and there has to be another 10-pound rehydration clause. I mean, it's an improvement from 136 to 140, but ultimately, Ryan already said he can't make 140. He said that publicly. And, Tank said that, he's only going to fight at 140 and let Ryan rehydrate to 150. So I'm not too confident that the Tank rematch happens with Ryan Garcia. But what do you guys think? You guys think that fight's going down? I'd love to see it. I think that's the biggest fight in boxing right now. It just became the biggest fight in boxing. Even with Ryan Garcia testing positive for PEDs, there's a chance that Ryan's going to get suspended, but it would only be for around 6 months, I think. So, Ryan Garcia probably wasn't going to fight in the next 6 months anyways. So he may face a suspension, might have to pay a fine, but ultimately Ryan Garcia, he'll be fine. If for any of you guys worried about Ryan Garcia, trust me, he'll be okay. He might have to pay, half a mil, $250,000. But, for him, that's chump change. For me, I need that money. But yeah, Canelo fight night. There's a lot going on right now. Gervonta Davis just had his press conference. He came to Ryan Garcia's defense. I was shocked to see Tank defending Ryan Garcia, saying that this is a setup. Tank thinks that Ryan Garcia is getting set up by the sport of boxing because he doesn't like Eddie Hearn. Everybody seems to have an issue with Eddie Hearn because obviously Ryan Garcia got caught cheating, and Eddie Hearn is pointing it out because Devin Haney was promoting Devin. So now it's a big mess. But Tank is saying that this is a setup, that Ryan Garcia really didn't cheat. He doesn't think he cheated, but Tank also said that if Ryan does get caught, then he should be held accountable for it. So having a guy like Gervonta Tank Davis back you up, if you're Ryan Garcia, it can't hurt. At this point, when everybody in the sport of boxing, all us fans, we kind of want to see it not be true, but all the people in the sport of boxing, they know that a positive drug test is a positive drug test. So they're not going to be happy to hear that Ryan Garcia, tested positive in his A sample, and we have to wait for the B sample to come back. But Tank is defending Ryan Garcia, and Tank knows more than I do. So, if Tank is defending Ryan Garcia, saying that he's innocent and this is a setup for him, then who knows? There's crazy stuff that happens in the sport of boxing. I've been covering boxing for a minute. There's more cheating that goes on than people think. And, Ryan Garcia, he's such a superstar that a lot of people don't even care that he cheated, and that's a little bit messed up. I'm not going to lie. I'm just trying to be not biased. I hope Ryan Garcia finds a way out of this mess, but ultimately, we can't have cheating in the sport. As much as I like Ryan Garcia, do I think that Devin Haney still would have lost either with PEDs or without PEDs? I think Devin still would have lost. If they fight again, Devin said he doesn't want a rematch, but I think if the money's right, Devin will take a Ryan Garcia rematch. But even if Ryan Garcia is clean and they step in that ring, I still don't see Devin Haney beating him. I think, 12 rounds is too much of an opportunity for Ryan Garcia to land that left hook. And, that's the weapon of choice. Ryan Garcia finds a way to land his shots, and Tank is one of those guys. Tank might be here and Ryan might be here, but I don't know where Devin lies, to be honest. I think styles make fights. Maybe Devin can beat Tank. Who knows? That'd be crazy. If Devin finds a way to beat Gervonta Davis, that would shake up the boxing world. But I just don't know if it happens because Tank's such a tough fighter. Tank's a very difficult fighter to beat right now. He's one of the best in the world. And a guy like Ryan Garcia, he and Tank is the biggest fight in boxing right now. I really don't see a bigger fight than Gervonta Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia. I don't know if you guys got one. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that there's a bigger fight than Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, the rematch. But I really do like that fight a lot. I don't see, anything out there bigger than Ryan Garcia and Tank, because what's bigger, Canelo and Benavidez? I don't think that's a bigger fight than the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia rematch. What do you guys think? Talk to me in the chat, whoever's watching. But I'm happy to be active on this YouTube. This is my third day in a row doing it. We've been getting some support, so I appreciate you guys joining the live. Welcome. But it is Canelo Alvarez night, so if you guys do want to talk about that, you guys stop me at any time. I just have a good feeling Canelo's going to get the job done tonight, so I'm not too amped up about it. I'm more, honestly, as a journalist and broadcaster, I'm more interested in covering Ryan Garcia and what's going to happen next for him, because I don't know what's going to happen for Ryan Garcia. I hope he finds a way to dig himself out of this situation, because it is a mess. But ultimately, Ryan Garcia, he's so popular that a lot of fans don't care. Ryan Garcia makes a lot of money in the sport of boxing. So I feel like this is going to get swept under the rug. Even if Ryan Garcia is found guilty of it, it's all about, how he returns, because a lot of people, if Ryan Garcia is found positive and he did cheat in the fight, then a lot of people are going to watch him in his next performance for sure. So either way, Ryan Garcia is winning. It's sad to say, because ultimately if he tests positive, he tests positive, but Ryan Garcia is just such a popular kid. We have to state facts. People don't care about guys like Devin Haney. Unfortunately, they care about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is exciting to the fans. Not only does he have an exciting style in the ring, but he does stuff outside of the ring that makes him interesting, that makes people want to watch him. So I feel like, Ryan and Tank, they got to run that back. But, like I said before, Tank saying that at 140, it's just they're not going to make that fight happen. That just made me think we may not get that rematch, definitely, because I thought Tank was about to say something crazy I'll fight Ryan Garcia at 147. If he said that, the ball's on Tank, bro. That would be crazy. I really need Tank to take that fight at 47 with Ryan Garcia because there's too much money. There's literally too much money for him to not take that Ryan Garcia fight. I feel like what other fight can Tank make, and it's going to make as much as he'd make in a Ryan Garcia rematch? There's no fight. There literally is no fight, but he's going to have to come up and wait because if he doesn't, then, there's no fight. Ryan Garcia can't make 140. So, and I'm pretty sure Tank's team is a little bit more intelligent than Devin's team. Devin let Ryan Garcia fight his son. Devin Haney's father let Ryan Garcia fight his son when he was 3 pounds over. So if that's the case, and this happens again where Ryan Garcia comes overweight and they contracted at 140, Tank's not going to let it slide. So it's a different scenario. It's a different animal. You can't be messing with Tank because ultimately, Tank is a big fight. But let's get into it. Do you guys think Ryan Garcia is clean, or is he being set up? Because I'm hearing both sides of the story. I'm curious what you guys do think about Ryan Garcia and whether or not he's cheating. Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think that Ryan Garcia is guilty, or is Ryan Garcia innocent? I want to put a poll, in the chat and see what you guys think. Yeah, let me start a poll real quick. That's going to be, kind of engaging. So let's see what happens. Is Ryan Garcia innocent? Let's see what you guys say. Yes, he is. No, he is a cheater. Let's see what you guys say. Answer the poll in the chat at least. Let's see what you guys say. Comment. Do you guys think that Ryan Garcia is a cheater? Yes or no? Is he innocent? I don't know what you guys think. Is Ryan Garcia? Yes, he is. Now there's no. I don't know. Is he innocent right now? I don't know if Ryan Garcia is innocent, guys, because you test positive. But like I said before, Ryan Garcia's only real way to disprove all of this and clear his name, then he's gonna have to prove that it wasn't intentional, that he didn't intentionally take the PEDs. Because if not, then he can show that there's a lot of it in his system. He's gonna get caught, no matter what we say. And I hope it's not true. I hope that if he is found guilty, because I know that Ryan Garcia tested positive. I know that for a fact that Ryan Garcia tested positive, but there's a chance that he did it involuntarily. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Is Ryan Garcia guilty, or is he not? I don't know what to think anymore. I'm hearing guys like Tank Davis come to Ryan Garcia's defense saying that he's being set up. Why is this coming out after he already won the fight? But throughout the whole camp, he was clean, and it is a little bit sketchy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Let me know in the comments. Somebody comment something whether or not you think Ryan Garcia is guilty and why, because it is a hot topic right now. I like Ryan Garcia. I think he's good for the sport of boxing, but obviously we can't allow cheating in the sport because, how would that really look? That doesn't look good. But I think Ryan Garcia, him being set up, I don't know if that's the case, but I still think that Ryan Garcia is going to sell tickets either way. He's still a big draw to the sport of boxing. And also, are you guys watching that Canelo fight, or do you guys not give a shit? I won't judge you. I won't judge you because honestly, I don't care that much. Like, I'm going to watch it, obviously, because I love boxing. But I think Canelo should get him out of there. I think Canelo should stop him. So I'm more interested in what you guys think about Ryan Garcia. I'm trying to get more perspectives about, who you guys think is going to win and why. Because I think Ryan Garcia, I hope he's innocent. I've been saying that because he's, putting on a display like that is shocking. When you beat a guy like Devin Haney, you're not just an average Joe. You're a legit world champ because, no matter what people say, no matter what people say about the weight, you still beat a world champion. And that's what Ryan Garcia is taking to the bank. The fact that he went in there and beat a guy like Devin Haney, when it's not easy to beat a guy like Devin, it's not easy to land that shot like Ryan Garcia did. If you look at it, Ryan Garcia's on the outside. He didn't even land that hook, really countering Devin. He landed that shot on the outside. So I think Ryan Garcia does deserve credit for landing that shot. It's to what extent does PEDs really help you land a left hook? That's ultimately what it is. I don't know to what extent it'll actually help you land a clean shot, a clean flush shot on a guy like Devin Haney, because Devin's good, man. Like, everyone's calling him a bum now, but Devin's not a bum. It's not easy to do what Ryan Garcia did. PEDs or not, I think that the outcome will be the same. If they fight without PEDs, I still got Ryan. I would bet on Ryan this time. I learned my lesson to not doubt Ryan Garcia. I'm done doubting Ryan because he's good. He can land that left hook, PEDs or not. If he comes back from this, if he gets suspended, I'm still picking Ryan Garcia over Devin. I think that the first fight showed me all I need to know to be real. Like, as much as I like Devin and I understand that he doesn't want to take the rematch, but ultimately you got cracked. No matter what, you got cracked. And I know that's a messed up way of viewing it, and maybe it's an oversimplified way of viewing it. But in my book, I saw what happened to Devin Haney, and I think that if a big puncher like Teofimo Lopez or a guy like Tank Davis gets in there with him, he's gonna crack him too. So I'm not trying to say that using PEDs is okay. I'm not saying that, but we got to wait and let this story unfold because there could be more information that we don't know. Testing positive is testing positive, but is it possible that Ryan involuntarily took the supplements and involuntarily got steroids in his system? Yeah, it's possible. Anything's possible in the world. So I'm not here to just jump on Ryan Garcia and start calling him a bad person, because ultimately we don't know the full story yet. We got to let this thing unfold a little bit and see whether or not Ryan Garcia has a solid explanation. He's talking about Devin, pointing the finger at Devin and his team, and how they're closely associated with Victor Conti, Snack, and Vada. So all the anti-doping and blood testing that's going on, Ryan Garcia isn't buying too much into it. But you guys got to remember that Ryan Garcia has fooled us before, and he's a good actor. So Ryan Garcia, when I'm watching all these interviews of him, defending himself about the steroid usage, it kind of fools me too, because I'm like, damn, this kid's really selling it to me, and I'm believing it. I'm believing that Ryan Garcia may not be guilty. So I will say, just based off my opinion, maybe Ryan Garcia is tricking me again, like he tricked me in terms of me being worried about him against Devin Haney, and then he went in there and did his thing. So could he be tricking the world? I don't know. Ryan Garcia could be lying. He could not be. If we find out that the thing about it is, we have to, we can only react to what we're told. We're only given so much information. So with Ryan Garcia, as much as I want to see him, be clean, the facts are that, he came up with a positive test. So unless that test was faulty, and that's something that people are saying, what do you guys think in the chat? Comment down below. Do you guys think that Ryan Garcia's positive test is fake? Because people are saying that. So I'm just here to welcome every and all possibilities that could take place in this fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Devin said he doesn't want the rematch. I think if Ryan calls for it and says that I'm going to beat you again, even if I'm clean, if I test positive again, I'll retire, Ryan Garcia should say some stuff like that. And then I think he could get the fight cooking again. Shout out Brian Kelly for starting up the chat. Thank you. You're the first chatter on the live today. And you're saying, my question is this, sorry, I'm not seeing your question that well. Okay, let me see. My question is this: if Haney would have won, would the test come out? See, that's a good point. I don't know, Brian. Brian's saying, if Haney were to win the fight, would all this test about Ryan Garcia testing positive even come out? And I don't know. I genuinely don't know. That's a very good question, Brian, because it's all speculation, right? Until we see, I want to see the physical test about it. We saw the little notes of it saying, Ryan Garcia tested positive for Ostarine, but I want to physically see that positive test. I really want to see it, because a lot of people are saying what you're saying, Brian. They're saying that if Haney had won, would they even bring up this test? And honestly, we don't know. Allegedly, even Gervonta Tank Davis said that, he said that, why is this coming out now? Why are all the accusations coming out now? And that's someone who's, done the blood test and had to do the anti-doping agency stuff. So Tank knows better than we do, and Tank is defending Ryan. So that changed my perspective a little bit, because I know the fans want to see Ryan Garcia, be clean, and I want to see Ryan Garcia be clean, because I think his win was good for the sport. But most of boxing analysts were saying that, Ryan Garcia is a bad kid now. They switched up on him after supporting his win. I just think we got to slow down a little bit. Let's see what happens in the next few weeks, because ultimately, if we find out tomorrow that Ryan Garcia test negative in his B sample and it's clean, then what happens? Brian Kelly, what do you think? Do you think that this is fake? Because your question kind of insinuates that maybe this is only happening because Devin lost. So do you think that Ryan Garcia is faking it, or do you think that Ryan Garcia genuinely cheated? Because there's an argument for both. Did he cheat, or is he just unintentionally taking something and then it had a trace of ostarine in it. Like, it's possible. I just don't know what kind of supplement that would be. Ryan Garcia literally just has to prove that someone else gave it to him, and he'll be home free. That's ultimately going to avoid a suspension. Not that he would have fought in 6 months anyways, because usually when a fighter tests positive and their B sample comes back positive as well, they get some kind of suspension. Usually, typically, when I see fighters get suspended, it takes about 6 months. And when these fighters just get out of the ring and made 40-50 million dollars like Ryan Garcia did, do you really think that he's gonna fight in the next 6 months? No. So the suspension doesn't even really affect Ryan Garcia, and then you make him pay $250,000 to $500,000. That's nothing for Ryan Garcia. He's gonna pay the fine and he's gonna go back at it. So like I said before, if you're a Ryan Garcia fan and you're worried about what's gonna happen to him next, he's gonna be fine. Like, he's gonna be fine. People are gonna watch this fight even more. As sad as it is, for people that think that Devin Haney was cheated out of a fight, and if Ryan Garcia genuinely did intentionally cheat, then he was cheated out of a fight. But Ryan Garcia is still going to sell more tickets than Devin. Like, that's just the way. That's the way it is. Devin's not as popular as Ryan Garcia, and I'm not saying it's supposed to be a popularity contest, but when it comes to boxing, anyone who really knows boxing knows that as much as it is about fighting, it's even more about making money and putting asses in seats. It's more about, selling all these tickets and getting eyeballs on the event. That's what really draws the money. And it's not about skills to pay the bills. You got to have skills for sure, but a lot of fighters in the sport of boxing have skills. What sets Ryan Garcia apart? Why are people, for the first time in the history of the sport of boxing, they see a cheater and they're running to defend him? Like, I've never seen it like this before. Shout out to Brian back in the chat saying, I think Dev was embarrassed that he lost to Ryan, calling him a C-level fighter, and he was overmatched. Plus, if the tests come back on April 19th and 21, they would have been on it. Plus, Ryan has never cheated. Yeah, I feel like that's an argument that hasn't been, brought up enough. So I thank you, Brian, for, bringing this up, because it reminds me that, like, if Ryan Garcia said, if I was going to take steroids, wouldn't I take it against Tank? And, he has a point there. Like, are you really going to take steroids against the guy that's known to not really hit hard, but you're the puncher? Like, I feel like, if anything, Ryan would have taken steroids against a guy like Tank, and he tested clean. He had no steroids in his system against Tank, but he tested positive against Devin. So, like, that's what's weird to me. But I also have to remember that Ryan Garcia was in a position where if he had lost the fight to Devin, he would have, his stock would have decreased drastically. Like, he probably would have been a ghost, like gone ghost from the sport of boxing for a bit. So this was a must win for Ryan. So I'm curious if he was willing to do anything to beat a guy like Devin Haney, including take steroids. I don't know. I hope not. I like Ryan. I saw him during fight week, and I was at the press conference, the weigh-in. Seeing Ryan Garcia, he has a lot of fans. Like, you guys don't understand. He was in Brooklyn. He didn't even want to fight in Brooklyn, and he had a lot of fans. People were, chanting Ryan, 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 and they love him there. So the sport of boxing loves Ryan Garcia wherever he goes. He's definitely the biggest draw in the sport of boxing right now. I don't know any other fighter that's getting the attention that Ryan Garcia is getting, but whether or not he cheated or not, cheating's not cool. I don't condone the cheating in the sport of boxing, but I do think that, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. And Ryan Garcia also deserves that chance to prove himself, innocent or guilty. So I feel like only time will tell with Ryan Garcia, but I'm hoping for the best for him. I wish him the best, and I hope that he comes out of this okay, because he is a superstar. He has become the face of boxing overnight, but also we don't want a cheater representing the sport of boxing. Not accusing Ryan just yet, but I'm just saying here, I'm here to state the facts. As much as I like Ryan Garcia, I cannot lie to you guys. I do think that, if the test is positive, it's not like a pregnancy test. If you're positive for the test, you're positive for the test. Now, is it out of the question that Ryan Garcia could be getting set up, that somebody in Snack, somebody that, is close to VADA, doesn't like him and is impacting the drug test? Hey, I don't think anything's impossible. Nothing's impossible, but also we have to wait and see what happens with Ryan Garcia, because he's in a lot of trouble right now. He's in some deep stuff right now, and he's going to have to prove, that he's not guilty, and it's not going to be easy. And like Brian said, I think Devin was a little bit embarrassed that, He called Ryan Garcia a C-level fighter leading up to this fight. And the truth is that Ryan Garcia may be a C-level boxer, but he is not a C-level fighter. He's a A-plus fighter, in my opinion. Like, you don't just go in there and crack one of the best boxers in the world. I don't think Ryan Garcia has the best jab in the world. I don't think he has the best footwork in the world. But man, does he have power. And in the sport of boxing, this is a fight at the end of the day. Like, if it's all about playing tag, touching and moving, and there are no knockouts in play, then Devin Haney's better than Ryan Garcia. But the fact of the matter is that there are knockouts in this sport. And Devin Haney found out real quick what that left hook was like, because he went in there, thought that he was going to beat Ryan Garcia easy. That's why when Ryan Garcia weighed in 3 pounds overweight, Devin Haney and his father were like, let's fight him anyways. Let's make this big fight happen. And then they learned quick that 3 pounds probably did make a big difference in that fight. No matter what people say, I was there. 3 pounds makes a difference, guys. 3 pounds does make a difference. I'm not saying that Ryan Garcia wouldn't beat Devin Haney without the 3 pounds. I still pick Ryan, but 3 pounds is a lot. Devin Haney and his father should have never agreed to continue with the fight. But the reason they did is because Ryan Garcia is such a draw. There was so much money in that fight. They were going to make $30-40 million, with Ryan Garcia. So there's no way that they're going to let that fight fall out of their hands. And that's why they went through it with it. And they took a big risk and they paid a price. That's what happened. But Brian's saying, I really think that Ryan was confident that he could beat Devin in the amateurs. Plus, if he was using, he could have really hurt Devin if he was really on that stuff, because Ryan hits hard as Duarte. Yeah, Duarte, a great fighter as well, just got a win not too long ago. But, at the same time, like Brian's saying, I feel like Ryan Garcia, with his confidence in the amateurs, he didn't know that he's beaten Devin. It's different when you go into the pros and you just hear rumors. Like Ryan went into that fight with Tank. Obviously, he was dehydrated and had to deal with that rehydration clause, blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, he's never been in the ring with him. So you don't know what to expect against a guy like Tank. But Ryan was in the ring with Devin Haney. So obviously, he knew at least to some extent how Devin Haney, fought fights. No matter what, Ryan Garcia started way before Devin Haney in the sport of boxing. Ryan Garcia started earlier in the amateurs than Devin did. And that's why Ryan Garcia was beating Devin Haney early in their amateur fights. They had 6 fights, 3-3. And the first few times that they fought, Ryan Garcia won. But Devin, slowly climbed and made progress. That's why Devin was winning those latter ends of the amateur fights. But, Devin had a false sense of confidence going into that fight. He thought that just because he fought, credible opposition, big names, he fought guys like George Kambosos and Vasily Lomachenko, Regis Prograis. He thought that he could beat Ryan, but he ran into a guy that was just as big as him, and more importantly, just as young as he is. 25 years old makes a big difference. Fighting a guy like Vasily Lomachenko, who, as good as he is, was well into their 30s when they did fight. And a lot of people think Lomachenko won. So it just goes to show that Devin Haney finally, for the first time, fought against the guy that was just as young as him and stronger than him and physically faster than him. He had faster hands. I'm not saying that the PEDs don't impact him, because like Brian's saying, PEDs do have the ability to, grow your muscle. What Ryan Garcia took was ostarine. What was found in his system was ostarine. And if, he was using that, you can't imagine that if Ryan Garcia hits hard, he's only hitting harder, like Brian said. Shout out to Brian for that chat. Thanks for keeping it alive. Oh, Ryujin, welcome back, brother. Ryujin Ru is saying that Ryan was definitely confident because he intentionally came overweight plus 2 PEDs. I don't think people realize what PEDs does to a fighter. Yeah, PEDs definitely, Ryan Garcia tested not for 1 PED, but 2 PEDs. So it's obviously not a good look. I've just been saying that, obviously it sucks to see, because we were also infatuated with Ryan Garcia's performance. We were also excited to see him win, that we kind of almost wanted it to be true, but we thought it was too good to be true. And, now we hear the story that, Ryan Garcia probably cheated. And that's a bad look on the sport of boxing, in my opinion. If Ryan Garcia did cheat, 2 PEDs, if you test for 1, that's one thing, but testing for 2, we're still waiting on that B sample to confirm that Ryan Garcia may be cheated. But still, like what Ryujin Ru is saying, 2 PEDs, that does help a fighter tremendously. So no matter what, as much as I like Ryan, cheating is cheating, and then he will have to face the consequences. But the thing about the sport of boxing is, like, if Ryan Garcia gets suspended, like, it doesn't really affect him, because you guys got to remember the suspension rules for boxing don't really like matter, because you're taking a guy like Ryan Garcia who's a multimillionaire, and you're gonna fine him what, 250K, $500,000, $1 million. It does. He just made $50 million. He bet on himself. Apparently, bet 2 million on himself and made 12 million. So, like, and if the suspension doesn't allow him to fight for 6 months, Ryan Garcia wasn't going to fight in 6 months anyways. How often are these fighters fighting? You guys are acting like they're fighting once every month. They don't fight once every month. These guys are so inactive. That's one of the problems with boxing also. I wish these superstars were fighting more often. But thank you for that chat, Ryujin Ryu. I appreciate it, starting that chat up again. PEDs do impact a fighter's ability to take shots, and I wouldn't say that it helped him land the shot. Obviously, speed is a factor in PEDs. It does enhance speed, but ultimately, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys and say that I think that Ryan Garcia wouldn't beat Devin even if he didn't take PEDs. I think even without the PEDs, Ryan Garcia wins. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Do you guys think that Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney without PEDs? Because I do. I think he still beats him, because it's just a style matchup that is difficult for Devin Haney. I just don't think Devin Haney has the power to keep Ryan Garcia off. Even if Ryan Garcia is clean, no PEDs. I'm not saying that Ryan Garcia cheated intentionally, because I hope he didn't. That's the only way out of it, is if it was an accident and he can prove that a trainer gave him some kind of supplement that he didn't know that had steroids in it. That's a way out. But ultimately, like, PEDs aren't good. PEDs are not good. Shout out to you guys though. Ask another question if you guys are, want to talk about anything in particular. But yeah, I hope it was interesting to see Tank Davis. Like I said before, he came to Ryan Garcia's rescue, a big name. And Tank was saying that, Eddie Hearn is a snake in a suit, kind of setting up Ryan Garcia. He's a hypocrite, because guys like Conor Benn, guys like Dillian White have fought while, having steroids in their system. And so, Tank thinks that Ryan Garcia is getting set up. What do you guys think about that? Tank is defending Ryan Garcia, one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in the world, one of the faces of boxing. In my opinion, Tank is the face of boxing. He's defending Ryan Garcia. I don't know if you guys saw that, but you guys should go check out the interview. Tank is defending Ryan Garcia, saying that he thinks that Ryan Garcia is getting set up. He's not guaranteeing it, but he does think that Ryan Garcia is getting set up. And if that's the case, holy crap, that's crazy in the sport of boxing. But it's not that crazy. We see crazy stuff in the sport of boxing. We've seen referees try to cheat fighters. We've seen judges try to cheat fighters. There's a lot of corruption in the sport of boxing. Let's be real. Let's not sit here and lie and act like boxing's a clean-cut sport. Yeah, it's the only fight that tells the truth. But what about everything behind the scenes? Everything that, goes on with negotiating and all these supplements, PEDs. At the same time, every fighter is taking a level of supplements. So, what supplements are legal? There are a lot of supplements that fighters are legally taking that should be illegal. That's the reality of the sport. People just look at the rules and say rules are rules, but ultimately fighters are taking supplements from their coaches, and sometimes they don't know what's in them. That's just the truth of it. I know. I've seen boxers just randomly eat stuff after a weigh, and they don't even know what it is. Like, they're just drinking and eating whatever their trainers give to them. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happened to Ryan Garcia. Anything's possible, and anything's in play right now, guys. I'm saying innocent until proven guilty. I know he tested positive, but I'm going to give him the upper hand here, because Ryan Garcia really does believe that he's innocent. I'm hoping that he's innocent, because if he's not, it's a bad look for sure. But Ryujin is saying Ryan's power won him the fight, and we now know where it came from. Let's not act like Devin didn't win rounds. Another good point. Devin did win. I had Ryan winning the first round. Obviously, he rocked Devin in the first round, but then I had Devin rallying, winning rounds 2 to 5, and then ultimately the knockdowns made a big difference. I don't see how the fight was even, but ultimately, yeah, you're right. I think that, if the power did come from the steroids, and I'm not sure, obviously he got stronger from them, but I still think that, if Ryan Garcia without PEDs, I still think that he would beat Devin. Do you think that, Ryujin? I want to know what you think. Do you think Ryan would win without PEDs, or would he get outboxed by Devin? Because you're right, those rounds 2 to 5, I think Haney was gaining momentum there, but then he just couldn't handle the power anymore. And if the power was coming from the steroids, like most people believe, then that's an issue. That's not fair. That's not fair in the sport of boxing. So Brian's saying, my other question would be, Ryan was tested starting February, he passed all his tests through April 3rd, then took a random test, but popped before and after. Plus, I think how the ref and judges should be in question too. Yeah, that's all fair to say, Brian. I think that I would agree. Like those refs and the judges should definitely be investigated for what they did, even if Ryan Garcia does test positive for PEDs. In terms of what you were talking about, him testing before and after, I feel like, the truth, my true feeling behind it is that, it could very well be in Ryan Garcia's system. I'm not trying to make Ryan Garcia seem like a cheater right away, because I personally think I need more information before I draw a conclusion. But let's think worst case scenario that Ryan Garcia did take the steroids purposefully before fight night. It's very possible that, he was clean in training camp, and maybe he did a clean training camp, but it is possible that he said, all right, now's the time I'm going to pop this steroid, and try to hide it. But it's right before the fight. The thing is, the test dates the samples were taken the day before the Devin Haney fight and the day of, and they came out positive. So that could have been in his system for that week. We don't know, because prior to that, the only results that came out were 2 weeks ago. So it's very possible that it got into his system, because it's not like, I think a lot of people think that steroids just obviously can't activate really quickly. And that's correct. But, the test was taken the day before and the day of, just to see if it's in his system at all. And it was found to be positive. So it's obviously not a good look for Ryan Garcia testing for ostarine. And ostarine is a form of steroid that allows and enhances muscle growth. And then when you're shedding, even Victor Conti talked about this, when you're shedding weight, there's a chance that Ryan Garcia was taking this a while ago and it just showed up now, because when you're shedding weight, there's exposure to that steroid. Even the little remnants of it in his system could very well be impacting the test results now. Ryujin is saying, Haney made mistakes and fought emotionally. The game plan was also wrong. The Haneys basically wanted to go get the KO to match Tank's win. And yeah, that's true. The rematch will be easier for Devin if Ryan comes clean and makes weight, of course. Yeah, that's true. But I don't think Ryan will take a fight at 140 anymore. If they both fight at 147 and they both feel strong, I just can't take chances against the fact that, Devin Haney may get caught with a left hook. And that's that. Like, as much as I think Devin's a better pure boxer than Ryan, I can't count the fact that Ryan Garcia can land that left hook at any point within those 12 rounds, unless Devin can really hurt him. And I think Devin did hurt Ryan Garcia in the third round. I think he buzzed him. He came over with that sneaky left hook and caught Ryan Garcia. That's when he gave Ryan Garcia the most trouble in the fight. Ryan was hurt. That was the first time I really saw Ryan stumble a little bit. But ultimately, I also think that we should see a rematch, Ryujin. But I don't know if you saw it, but Tank Davis, also talked about a rematch with Ryan. He said that he'd only fight Ryan Garcia in a rematch at 140 with a 10-pound rehydration clause. So I don't think that fight happens, the rematch with Tank right now. But, Devin said that he doesn't want a rematch with Ryan because he's a cheater. But you have guys like Miguel Cotto in the history of the sport of boxing, fought guys like Antonio Margarito. Literally, Antonio Margarito had plaster in his hands, and tried to really hurt Miguel Cotto. And then Miguel Cotto, even knowing all that stuff, he went in there and took a rematch and fought Margarito and beat him. So I feel like Devin Haney should try to go for that same story. A lot of people are criticizing him, saying like, you're not a warrior if you don't want to get that rematch, but it's up to Devin. Ryan's saying that if they fight again and Ryan's clean, he's still going to beat him up and beat him up even worse. That's what Ryan is saying, but we'll see. We got to see, the steroids do make a big difference. I'm with you, Ryujin. If it does come out positive, it really is an unfair advantage, but innocent until proven guilty. We got to wait a little bit longer. Obviously, I think at this point, it doesn't look good for Ryan, but I got to wait a little bit longer and see if it's true or not. Brian is saying those was the rounds that Ryan took off because he was out of shape. Plus, ostarine stays in your system to 4 to 6 weeks to get the full effect. His body didn't look like a steroid user. Even though it didn't look like a steroid user, I feel like still, Brian, there's a chance that, he tested positive for it because, he was strong in there. Like, let's not ignore the fact that Ryan did look strong in there, like stronger than he seemed. I mean, I guess I'm only comparing it to the Tank fight, but that's not fair either because he was dehydrated. He was definitely dehydrated in the Tank fight, so I can't compare that. But yeah, you are right. Ryan Garcia fought in spurts. He took some rounds off, and he only fought in waves. He didn't consistently go crazy on Devin, but when he did turn it up, Devin could not handle it. So is that due to the steroids? I don't know. I don't know. And is you're saying that Ryan Garcia was out of shape and Ostarine stays in your system for 4 to 6 weeks to get the full effects. His body didn't look like a steroid user. I feel like you could still be on it and be doing all the wrong things. Ryan Garcia admittedly said that he was drinking during training camp, so I feel like it's still very possible that he was drinking and at the same time popping steroids. It's not out of the question that's possible. But I'm trying to play both sides here. I also want to see if Ryan Garcia can explain himself. He's going to need a good lawyer because he's going to have to present before the New York Athletic Commission and say that I didn't take these. Even if he's lying, even if Ryan Garcia is lying, he's going to have to say that he didn't know that he was taking steroids because that's ultimately his only way out. I've seen this play out so many times in the sport of boxing. You have to deny it. Even if you're guilty, your only way to fight again and avoid a suspension is you have to deny it and find a fall guy. You got to blame somebody, blame a coach, a trainer, and say that, okay, I took these supplements, but I didn't know that they had ostarine. I didn't know they had contents of something that would trace back as a PED in a blood test. That's his way out of it. That's ultimately Ryan Garcia's way out of it. I'm not trying to condone cheating out here, but I'm also saying that realistically, Ryan Garcia is going to try and find any way out of this that he can. And wow, I'm shocked to look at the poll and see that 80% of you guys believe that Ryan Garcia is innocent, innocent until proven guilty. That's crazy. See, you guys are different, and that's why it's interesting to talk to you viewers instead of, a lot of boxing media, because I'm around a lot of these guys and they're always talking about how Ryan Garcia should be suspended, blah, blah, blah. And obviously he should be suspended if it does come out, hitting in his B sample that he's positive for not one, but two PEDs, then yeah, he should be suspended. But, it's interesting to hear the fans' perspective, your guys' perspective. I like to know the boxing fans' perspective because it doesn't matter. Like, ultimately, as messed up as it is, Ryan Garcia is going to fight again. If Ryan Garcia wants to fight again, he's going to fight again, even if he gets accused of cheating. And the crazy part about it is that Ryan Garcia is going to continue to sell tickets. That's what's like even crazier to me. Like, this is a crazy time in boxing that we're all experiencing because Ryan Garcia, this is the first time we've ever seen cheating and people still like him. This is rapper stuff. This is superstar celebrity stuff where even though we know that, he probably cheated, we still want to see him in the sport of boxing. We don't want to see him, cut out and kicked out of the sport of boxing because he's such a superstar and we want to see him fight again. That's what everybody's curious about. Is Ryan Garcia really cheating? But all of his fans don't really care. Ryan Garcia fans say, man, if he was cheating, shit, don't do it again, but let's see you back in the ring, fight Tank again. That's what people are saying, and that's fucking crazy, but I freaking love it, bro. Boxing's insane. Like, this is the craziest sport ever. Yo, shout out Jesse. He's back. What up, brother? Say something in the chat. What's going on, player? Let's see. Those rounds. Ryujin Ryu is saying Bill gonna take legal action for criminal charges is my theory. LOL. He won't let Ryan go unscratched. Yeah. If it's found positive, for sure they can take Ryan to court. But I think that takes away the possibility of his son fighting a rematch with Ryan Garcia, also known as the cash cow in the sport of boxing right now. So I don't know if they'd risk just taking a lawsuit and taking a lot of money from Ryan Garcia as opposed to a rematch. It's all about how much money Bill Haney and his son would be able to get from Ryan Garcia in a lawsuit. If they can get more in a lawsuit than in a rematch, then they're going to take the lawsuit. But if the rematch is 10 times more than what a lawsuit would pay, they're going to take the freaking rematch and possibly take another beating again. Jesse said, Ryujin up in here talking about Ryan. Yeah. Ryujin's keeping it hype. He's talking about, Bill Haney potentially suing Ryan Garcia. That'd be insane. Ryujin said Ryan better hire them lawyers ASAP. Yeah, he needs some freaking good. He needs that OJ Simpson lawyer for real. Ryan Garcia needs that OJ Simpson lawyer. What's his name again? I learned about him in school. We watched that trial for a freaking forensics class, but But Ryan Garcia needs that OJ trainer. No cap. Brian is saying Ryan is a strong. He was out of shape and looked the Duarte fight when he got caught with a good punch. He didn't need steroids to knock out Devin, which Duarte is a harder puncher. Yeah, I mean Duarte arguably hits harder than Devin Haney. So he wasn't cheating during Duarte, was he? I don't think I didn't hear anything about testing, but still Ryan Garcia didn't have this issue with Duarte, and Duarte hits harder than Devin. So I feel like it's weird that he would use it now. Ryan Garcia said, "Why would I use steroids against Devin Haney and not use it against Tank? Wouldn't Tank be the fighter that I would use steroids against because he hits harder?" But he was clean during the Tank fight. Jesse's saying, what we have right now is allegations, nothing else, just allegations. Yeah, but Jesse, don't you think that there is some validity in the VADA testing? Like, if he tested positive, then doesn't that show like he was positive for something? You let me know if you think I'm wrong, but when I've seen these drug tests, I feel like most of the time when they're positive, it's like pregnancy. You're either pregnant or you're not. So even if Ryan Garcia didn't mean to, same thing as pregnancy. You don't always intend to get pregnant, right? But that should be happening. So like, I feel like Ryan Garcia is in that scenario where the best possible outcome for him right now is like, you understand, you got to face the facts. You tested positive, but you have to go before the New York Athletic Commission and say, hey, I didn't mean to put steroids in my body. My trainer gave me this, and that's why I tested positive. And that's the only way to get out of this. There are sample Bs for a reason, and these are very questionable results. Yeah, it's true. There are sample Bs for a reason, so we got to wait on that. I was saying, Jesse, before, I was saying, like, as much as, we got to face the facts and understand that Ryan did test positive and that, steroids were found in his system through the blood test, we got to wait because tomorrow we could hear something else and then, we might switch up. So I don't want to be one of those guys that switch up. I want to stay true and say it honestly and say it how I feel. Brian saying Dev don't want a rematch because he shared the ring and he knows that Ryan is better than him. He said it on his interview with ESPN. Jesse saying, watch out how many people love to jump out as soon as possible to put Ryan down. Yeah, exactly. Rumor is saying sample B came positive too. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter also, Ryujin. Boxing social media is talking about how, the sample B already came back and that Ryan Garcia was positive for that too. So, and Ryan said that, he's kind of copping out already. Ryan's already saying, if they fake the first one, they could fake the B sample too. So it's just a mess. It's a lot of he said, she said. Do we believe Ryan Garcia or do we believe Devin Haney and the VADA test? That's what it comes down to. But back to what Brian was saying. Ryan said that, he felt like Ryan is just better. And Devin said that on the ESPN interview. Yeah, I was shocked by that too. Did you guys see the ESPN interview of Devin? I saw it as soon as it came out, but it was a little weird, right? Why was he so quick with it? Why was Devin so quick to hop on ESPN and talk about it? Hey, also, I want to know if you guys saw this, but Devin Haney's little brother posted on his social media account saying like he prayed to Allah. He was on the prayer mat and heard that, and the God told him that Ryan Garcia would test positive for drugs. I was like, bro, that sounds like some. I mean, I'm a Catholic, bro. Shout out God, but at the same time, isn't that crazy that Devin Haney's little brother said that Ryan would test positive, and this was like freaking right after the fight? That's crazy. That's some crazy stuff right there. I didn't take the test, Jesse. It's VADA. Yeah, it is VADA. Jesse said, I've never seen anybody want someone to test positive than Ryujin. I don't think that's funny, but like, I don't think Ryujin wants him to test positive. I think it's just like he believes in the blood test. And I think that's fair. Some people believe in the legitimacy of VADA. VADA's been like, I don't know, guys. All I know about VADA is that, they take the urine samples before the fight and, the day of the fight, and they have you pee in a cup that gets sealed. There's no name on the envelope with the urine sample inside. They ship it to a lab, they get it back. As far as I know, I don't know if anybody's messing with it. I'd like to think that, people leave it alone and don't do any weird shit with it. But, who knows? Maybe there's some creeps. Maybe there's some people getting paid off behind the scenes. I don't know. Ryujin will give Ryan Garcia zero credit for anything. After this, best believe he not getting no credit. Yeah, if it comes back positive, I mean, I don't blame Ryu Jin if the B sample comes back, positive, because at the end of the day, these guys do take the test. They get sent to a lab, they get the results sent back. So as much as I like Ryan Garcia, there is a chance that he cheated. It's all about how he approaches it next. He has to be very strategic about doing it. He's going to have to say something along the lines of, even if he's freaking lying, and I have a feeling Ryan Garcia is going to cap. Ryan was framed, no Diddy. Ryujin saying, man, I can't wait when Devin comes back. I know people on Twitter is going to go crazy. Yeah, I mean, if Devin does come back and make a big statement, it wouldn't surprise me. I feel like Devin, he's still a very talented fighter. I'm not sure if Devin Haney is going to be the same after that fight with Ryan Garcia, because like steroids are wrong, obviously, and if it is positive, if this is all true, then Ryan Garcia should face the consequences. But is Devin Haney really going to be the same fighter after, taking a beating like that? They say, all the fighters say that they leave a piece of them in that ring. And if that's true, don't you guys think that, Devin Haney's probably after taking shots like that, taking a lot of punishment, that he'll be back the same? And did you guys see him in that interview? He looks out of shape already. Devin looks out of shape. I've never seen him, that chunky. Maybe it's the swelling that hasn't gone away from the Ryan Garcia fight, but damn. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Devin Haney will be the same either, Jesse. Like, I like him. I hope he comes back because I like Devin. I saw him personally. I got to interview his dad, Bill, and they were nice guys. They were talking about how, they think that Ryan Garcia is bad for the sport and that they just wanted to beat him to take him out of the sport of boxing. I actually asked Bill Haney during fight week. I asked him, I was like, hey, Bill, do you guys feel like you guys need a knockout to really prove that, you're on that level of Tank? And he was like, nah, we're just going to knock his ass out. This is what Bill said. Bill told me this. He was like, nah, we're just going to knock his ass out to get Ryan Garcia out of boxing. That's what Bill Haney said. So, I mean, that's what Bill said to me. So, I don't know. Bill's a good dude, though. I like Bill and Devin. They're cool. They're cool people to be around the media work out. They're good people for sure. It's just, I think Devin has to fight a guy like Sander Martin. That's what I think. Devin should fight is mandatory because technically Devin's still the champ, but ultimately, we saw what happened to him. So that kind of sucks. I'm going to ask in the chat. I'm going to make another poll. I'm going to say, is Devin really the champ still? Yeah. Let me know. I'm going to comment right now. Is Devin Haney really champ at 140? Cornell said, nah. Yes. Ryan missed weight. Champ of class Jaws. You guys are messed up, bro. Y'all messed up. Y'all playing my guy, Devin. I like both these guys. Like, it doesn't really, like, impact me, but I really don't like seeing either guy lose. I'll be really for real. Got beat up. All right, let's answer this chat. All right, answer this poll, everybody. I want to see what you guys are saying. I'm about to start cracking up. Supporting a drug cheat is people answering in the polls right now. I'm trying to see what's up. No, Haney got beat up 67%. Supporting a drug cheat is crazy. Jesse said easy poll. Is that an easy poll? I mean, it's hard. It really is hard because, like, Ryujin, I got a question for you. Do you think, like, after seeing, cheating, obviously, take Ryan Garcia out of the equation for a sec. If Ryan fights a guy like Tio, now it's a little bit like you lean towards a guy like Tio, right? And if Devin fights a guy like Tank, like, you're gonna lead towards Tank now because you know that for a fact that if Devin gets hit in the right spot, he might go down, right? So, like, I feel like it's hard for me, even though Ryan Garcia tested positive, and I don't support that. I'm not supporting cheating, but it doesn't change the fact that in my brain, like, seeing it play out, makes me realize like Devin Haney can get put down. I'm not saying that, it's not because of steroids. I just think, if he gets touched up, he's going to go down. Like, I just don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think Devin Haney can beat a guy like Tank? Like, that's what I'm trying to know. You're saying Devin looked like an amateur. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, Jesse. Even Floyd Mayweather pointed it out. When Devin threw that jab, he was like this. He was throwing the jab, and his right hand would go like this, wide. And I was shocked by that because Floyd was even talking about it. Floyd had a great explanation. He was saying, you pin your elbow to your chest so you don't get hit to the body, and you cover your jaw so you won't get hit to the chin. And that's what Floyd Mayweather was saying. And he was saying this is amateur stuff. This is amateur stuff that Devin should be knowing. When you throw the jab, your left hand should always be, snapping, but at the same time, you should be covered up at all times. So I don't know. Ryujin is saying Devin's jaw won't be the same after what that PED user did. Yeah, that's a point too. Like, Ryan Garcia cheated, but now Devin Haney's career is affected, forever because of it. That is a little bit sad, now that I think about it. That is a little messed up. Jesse saying Tank. Nobody can put Haney and Tank in the same sentence anymore. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just threw it out. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though, Jesse. I'm saying, like, how can you even look at Devin and think he's gonna beat Tank anymore? Because before the Ryan Garcia fight, that was supposed to be the next fight, right? Ryan Garcia wasn't part of the plan. Ryan Garcia was slept on, so the people were saying Haney and Tank was gonna be the fight after Devin beat Ryan, but that didn't happen, and now it's different. So. Yeah, so I don't know. I think that it's hard for me to think that Devin beats Tank anymore after seeing that, even with Pete. Like, I'm factoring in the fact that Ryan potentially cheated, but still, I just don't know if Devin has enough pop to keep any big puncher away from him. I think people aren't going to respect him enough. They're just going to come forward, and Devin's going to have to knock out a credible opponent to prove that he has power to really get respect in his future fights, or else. You guys got to remember, Devin can barely make 140 anymore. I saw him make it. He did make weight at 140, but when he was doing the press for us, like, he was answering our questions, he couldn't even, like, you could barely hear his freaking voice. He was sipping some water every 5 seconds. You could tell that he was dehydrated. So I think Devin Haney's in a difficult position because he's ready to go to 47, but he doesn't have the power to compete at 47. That's the reality of Devin Haney's career, and his jaw might not be the same. He may have a bad chin now, especially now that he's taking that punishment from Ryan Garcia. So will Devin Haney be the same fighter? I don't know. We'll have to see. Jesse gonna cry when Devin beats Tank. Woo! Does Devin Haney beat Tank? I don't know. I don't know if Ryujin, are you a Haney fan? Because that's a tough fight for me now. Even taking into account the fact that Ryan might have cheated, I don't know if Devin beats Tank, man. Tank hits hard. Tank said he could fight at 40 too. Because I don't think Tank's not going to 47. He might fight Devin at like a catch weight at 143 or something. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know if Tank would lose to Devin. I'm not sure. I'd probably pick Tank just because I think Tank's boxing's underrated. I think like a guy like Devin would really allow Tank to show his boxing ability, because I don't know. I just don't know if Tank would box Devin though. I think he might just go at him because he really doesn't like Devin. But Tank's smart too, so who knows? Maybe he'll go in there with a smart game plan. So the mystique is gone. Devin got exposed. Nobody gonna buy a Haney fight. Nobody wants to see somebody discombobulated. Nobody on the planet can say Devin beats Tank. Matt thinking to himself, damn, this guy tripping. No, I think, hey, anything's possible in the sport of boxing. I'll tell you straight up, I didn't pick Ryan to win. So, who knows? Who knows what could happen? I counted Ryan out a little bit, Jesse. You know that. I gave Ryan a 30% chance, but, I knew that left hook was going to go crazy. So I don't think Ryujin's tripping. I just think I probably pick against Devin against Tank just because of the power. I think the power plays too much of a role. But yeah, that's still a good fight. I still want to see it. Tank is like a 20-1 favorite over Haney. Yeah, probably. So honestly, is that not like, if you're Ryujin, that's not a bad bet, right? If Tank comes in as a 20-1 favorite and you really think Haney's going to win, who knows, you might win some money. And also there could be a robbery. Maybe they try to rob Tank. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm excited. I'm excited to still see that fight. I still want to see Haney and Tank at some point, but I think like Tank and Shakur got to fight. Who you guys got, Tank or Shakur? I think that's the freaking fight, bro. That's the freaking fight. Tank and Shakur at 35. I want to see that shit because I freaking know. Put me in a Discord call. I'll debate Ryujin live. Maybe I'll work on that. Maybe I'll work on that. Message me. You two should message me on Instagram. Maybe I'll let you guys like call in or something like that. That'd be interesting. That would be entertaining. So I'll type my Instagram in the chat, and you guys can DM me on IG or something. That's my IG. I'll send it in the chat. So just do that. I also got an Instagram for the Navs Fight Media, so you guys could message either. But yeah, you guys can call me on a chat. I'm down to have you guys, call in, and then we could talk some boxing. But those are my Instagram accounts if you guys want to DM me, and we could talk about it a little bit. Yeah. We need all of them to fight. That's the truth. Yeah, I agree with you. I want to see Haney. I want to see Shakur. I want to see Tank in there. Honestly, out of Shakur, because these are the real names now. Even though Ryan did test positive, he's still in that conversation because he still did what he did. Like, I'm not saying it's fair. I'm not saying that cheating's right, but you can't take Ryan Garcia out of the conversation. You're just not going to do it. So we got Ryan, we got Tank, we got Shakur, we got Devin, and we got T.O. And you guys can only pick one person. And I think Tank, for me, is that guy out of everybody. And I will say that I give Ryan Garcia a lot of credit for fighting Tank and agreeing to the rehydration clause, the catch weight, because he killed himself making that weight for the Tank fight. We all know that. You guys saw the pictures of Ryan against Tank, and you saw Ryan against Devin. You guys know that that's not the same fighters, and I know PEDs is a factor, but Ryan looked dead in the Tank fight. So, Jesse Cueto is saying, I want to see the face of boxing, Ryan Garcia versus Earl Spence. Dang, that's a crazy fight, because of the narrative. Like, now Earl Spence apparently is in a lawsuit with Derek James, and Derek James is now training Ryan Garcia. Shit, that's a good sell. I'm not gonna lie, I like that fight. A lot of people are talking about that too, because Ryan Garcia has been calling out Earl Spence because of what's going on with Derek James's trainer. So I like Spence and Ryan. I don't know if Ryan wins. Yeah, I like Derek James too. I was honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a hater on Derek James leading up to the Ryan Garcia fight, because I was like, bro, I know he's not emotional. He's a practicing Buddhist, so I don't expect Derek James to be all crazy and agree with what Ryan was saying, because everything Ryan Garcia was at the press conferences, and I saw people at the press conference, we were like, is this kid really saying this? But I was saying that Derek James, like, you got to show me some more emotion. Show me that you actually want Ryan Garcia to win, because a lot of us were saying, he's just there for a check. But in that 11th round, when he said, hey, listen to me, do not play with Devin Haney, he said that to Ryan going into the 12th round. And I think that did make a big difference, because he wanted Ryan Garcia to, close the show. And that's all I needed to see from Derek, to show that he cared about, Ryan Garcia actually winning the fight. And Ryan winning, definitely was a big accomplishment for Derek James as well. Dev, the least talented among them, yeah, but I think Devin works the hardest. Yeah, that's what everybody says. Everybody says that Devin Haney is probably the least gifted fighter. Doesn't really have anything too special about him, except the fact that he has that crazy work ethic. Like, he's working in the gym, because you see how shredded he is. But now, like, he doesn't look in shape. But I'm just saying, I noticed that from the ESPN interview. But Devin's definitely, yeah, I would agree with you, Ryujin, that Devin's probably the most dedicated, locked in fighter. I think it has to do with his dad too. When you have a father figure like Bill Haney in your camp, where he's making sure that you're focused, and the pressure of having a dad as a trainer is a lot. So I think that's a level that, Ryan Garcia can't really understand, because Ryan Garcia has been moving trainers. So he's having a hard time building chemistry with a coach. But at the same time, Ryan Garcia has God gifted power. PEDs maybe, but ultimately, like, he still has that pop. Are you guys watching the Canelo fight or not? That shit's about to start soon. I don't even care. Like, I'm gonna watch it soon, but I don't even know if they're fighting yet. Let me know, chat. Are you guys watching Canelo right now? I'm just watching the Twitter. I don't want to put it on, because I'll probably get demonetized right now, but I'm gonna watch it. But I just want to make sure that I'm on the live still and talking boxing with you guys. Tank, the most talented. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Arena looks empty. Damn, that's not good. Yeah, I think it'll fill up right when Canelo gets there. I think everyone just wants to see Canelo fight. The undercard wasn't too crazy. I know Mario Barrios is fighting Maidana on that Fabian Maidana, but that's a decent fight. But I think everybody just wants to see Canelo get in there, and no one's really watching. Um, this fight like they watch Ryan Garcia. I think it's just the Mexican fans that love Canelo Alvarez and core boxing fans. It wasn't like Haney and Ryan Garcia where Ryan was saying crazy shit, so everybody was watching Ryan Garcia. So Ryan Garcia is a superstar right now, so it is what it is. All right, who you guys got, Canelo or Munguia? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'll be honest with you. I placed a bet on Canelo to stop Munguia. It's crazy, but it was like plus 550 for Canelo to stop Munguia. I was like, I might as well put a little money on this. So I did put a bet on Canelo to stop him. So I hope Canelo freaking go get his ass. You heard what Oscar De La Hoya was saying to you? Then go stop him because I need that money. I need my money up because I feel like Munguia's gonna be a tough guy to stop though. I don't know if Canelo can stop him. I just put money on it just to make it a little interesting because I wasn't that excited about this fight. But yeah, I don't know either, Jesse. I don't like a stoppage, but it'd be crazy if Canelo can stop a young guy. I just think Munguia, he's good. He's just not he's not like a one shot put you to sleep kind of fighter. So and even that, you're not gonna knock out Canelo Alvarez. Bro's got a granite chin. I've never seen that. I've seen him hurt obviously against Cotto's brother that one time, but ultimately I've never really seen Canelo hurt like that, especially recently. But I think it will be a decision. Yeah. Ryujin is saying I'm a Freddie Roach fan, so I'm with him. Yeah, bro. I was shocked about that. I saw Munguia training with Freddie Roach, so that's cool. Freddie Roach is a legend. A lot of people say that he's the goated trainer in the sport of boxing, one of the best. Who do you guys think is the best trainer in the sport of boxing in boxing history? I think Freddie's up there, maybe like Emmanuel Stewart. I don't know who's another fire trainer. Robert Garcia is up there for me. I like Robert Garcia because I like watching his videos too. He gives good insight. He's an entertaining guy too. But there are a lot of good trainers nowadays in the sport of boxing. There are a lot of good guys like Eddie Reynoso is a good trainer. Joe Gooson's a good trainer. Virgil Hunter is a good trainer. They got a lot of good guys right now. Derek James is on his shit right now. But who you guys got? Who we got? Munguia, what does Munguia have to do? I think that, going back to that Munguia fight, let's talk about it real quick and we can go back to Ryan if you guys want. But I just think Munguia he's not, like I said before, he's not a power puncher. So how can he possibly stop Canelo? Like, unless he has that accumulation of punches, Jesse Wildin, bro. He's saying this guy's a Freddie Roach fan and thinks his name is spelled with a Y, like Freddie Y. Hey, it happens. I get my spelling mixed up too, but yeah, he's a legend for sure. Unfortunately, he has Parkinson's though. I saw Freddie Roach in New York not too long ago, and he's definitely like older now. You guys remember those days? Like Manny Pacquiao was my favorite fighter. If you guys are curious, so I definitely resonate with that Freddie Roach fan stuff because I'm also a big Freddie Roach guy, but to see him, in person, I was like, man, he's really getting old. He's also deteriorating a lot from his Parkinson's. So, respect to Freddie Roach, he's still doing it. I feel like bro should retire soon, though. I feel like he's got to get some rest and enjoy, everything he's done. He built a guy like Manny Pacquiao, from the ground up, just a guy from the Philippines, and everyone was shutting Manny down. If you guys don't know, Manny Pacquiao came to the United States and no one wanted to sign him. Nobody wanted to train him. He came to Freddie's gym. They hit pads for a little bit, and then Freddie said, "This kid can fight." So that's ultimately, that start of the Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach dynamic duo. So it is crazy to see. Ryu Jin Ru is saying, "I don't support a drug cheat." Are you still talking about Ryan? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot, bro. Because I do know this. I do know that some people and some supplements, more importantly, some supplements are more, impactful than a steroid, believe it or not. They're yeah, as powerful as steroids are, there's stuff out there that's not considered a steroid that will heavily enhance your performance, but it's not considered a steroid. You know what I mean? So it's just like I don't know what's cheating anymore. You know. Jesse said, "I'm bringing that positivity to the chat. I'm on that God steroid." That's what Ryan said. He said, I'm on that religion steroid, that Jesus steroid. I'm on that too, bro. But I feel like, yeah, Ryan Garcia, I hope it's not true, but it definitely doesn't look good right now. Because like you guys got to remember, like going into a fight, like these guys train and then they think that they're going in there with somebody that's clean and they're not. But also, like I've said this before, if there are cheaters in in the world of boxing that are getting caught, you got to imagine like there are people that aren't getting caught, right? Like it's got to happen. If people do get caught, people get away with it. That's just how it is, right? Jesse gave Ryan the PDs, bro. Ryujin trolling. You guys are trolling each other. You guys gotta have a. You guys really gotta settle this in the on a phone call or something. I gotta get that popping. That'd be crazy. We'll schedule up a time and stuff, and you guys can call in and we'll talk a little bit about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney or whatever you guys want to talk about because you guys are clearly disagreeing about whether or not Ryan Garcia is a cheater or not. To be fair, I want to be fair to both guys, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, because like sometimes I go to these fights and I interview them, so I don't want to like ruffle any feathers because this could age poorly, and then like these guys don't want to answer my questions, but like they're cool, Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. I don't think either of them are bad people. Even if Ryan Garcia tested positive, I don't think he's a bad person. He's 25 years old. He's a kid. I'm 22. Ryan Garcia is 3 years older than me. He's basically a kid. He's just dealing with that life that comes along with being a superstar. You have a lot of money and you got to make the right choices. They say more money, more problems, right? That's what Ryan Garcia is dealing with right now. Ryujin is saying, once Sample B comes out, I want to hear Jesse's excuses. Yeah, I feel like the Sample B is definitely going to come back positive. I've been saying like it's all about what Ryan Garcia, how he handles it. You know what I mean? Jesse is saying everybody wants to fight Ryan right now because he's the face of boxing and it's a big money maker. Nobody is calling out Devin Haney right now because he's easy work. Those are undisputed facts. I will say that Ryan Garcia beating Devin Haney did kind of make him the face of boxing, but the PEDs definitely like hurts it. It changes it for sure. Like we can't just ignore the fact that he did test positive, and you are shedding light. I do respect that, Jesse. You're bringing a more positive perspective to the show. So you're saying who wants to fight Devin Haney right now? Nobody. It's not even a draw. Yeah. I've been saying that Devin's not really a draw because it's just like his dad basically does all the promoting for him. I went to that fight and I saw Devin Haney's father does all the talking for Devin. He does all the self-promote. He promotes it himself. Devin's basically supposed to just back it up with his boxing ability, but everything that Ryan Garcia was saying, I think Devin Haney, kind of believed in his head. He was kind of beat mentally before he even got in the ring, in my opinion. Jesse just ignored the fact that Ryan also almost killed some. Yeah, it is true. Almost killed someone. Yeah, you could put it that way. That is a way to put it. That is fair to say. That is fair game. I will say that, Ryujin. But I hope it's not. I don't know. It's touchy, bro. It's a touchy subject. We'll see what happens. I kind of want to see how much Osterine was found in Ryan Garcia's system because I've been saying like if it's a small amount to the point where it can be an accident, then he may have a case for it. I've been saying that Ryan Garcia's only way out of this is like he's got a lie. He's got a freaking lie, bro. Like he's got to lie if he's gonna deny it. We all know that he's gonna deny it, but can he get away with it? He's going to have to blame it on somebody else. And is somebody else willing to take the fall for, Ryan Garcia? Ryan has to go to that commission and say, hey, I didn't mean to take it. Yeah, it was in my system, but I didn't mean to. My coach gave me a supplement. He's going to have to say something like that and kind of lie to the people. But do you guys think that Devin Haney's father should have stopped the fight with Devin Haney? Let me make that a poll real quick. I'm going to end this Devin Haney champ. Most of you guys said that Devin Haney is not the champ anymore. So let me put another poll. Do you guys believe that should Devin's dad have stopped the fight? Stop the fight. Let's see what you guys say. Should Devin's dad? Why did I spell it like that, bro? I can't even. I'm about to graduate with a college degree. I cannot spell. Let's see what you guys are saying. Should Devin's dad have stopped the fight? What do you guys think? Devin Haney, the champ of cleaning the ring floor. You're wild. 50%. I'm gonna guess Ryujin said. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, what's your explanation behind your answers? Like, because for me, I will say that if it's my son, like I take the Sean Porter fight with Earl Spence for an example. Like, I know Sean and I know his dad as well. And Sean's dad stopped that fight because it could have gotten worse, and that's his son ultimately. So I get it, but you see Bill Haney kind of let his son almost get a worse beating than Sean Porter took and allowed it to go on. So it's a little bit interesting. Jesse said he can't stop the fight. His son would never forgive him. Yeah. I don't know if you guys knew this, but for Earl Spence and Sean Porter, Sean and his dad had an agreement that Sean's dad could stop the fight whenever he wanted it. So when he fought Terrence Crawford, a lot of people were shocked about it, but I wasn't shocked about it because I knew that little side deal that they had between father and son, saying that, if I see that, this is going to end up bad for you, I'm going to stop the fight. And that's what Sean's dad did. So I do understand, it's tough. Devin has a difficult situation. I've talked about this in some of my videos, but Devin has his dad as a trainer. So put yourself in Devin's shoes for a little bit. Devin, you got to imagine being a kid and your dad's your trainer. So, okay, I'm training, I'm hitting the mitts, and then all of a sudden we go into dad mode, and it's more so like a love relationship between, father and son. So you go from that, and then all of a sudden you're supposed to start boxing. Like how do you turn that switch? I think it's a difficult switch to decipher. Are you my dad now, or are you my trainer? That's what Devin Haney has to figure out. Otherwise, I think you should go find another trainer. I'm being honest. Should Devin Haney just go in a different direction? Because ultimately, I think it's hard. This is a big problem in the sport of boxing. Even today, you have guys like Tio doing it. Even guys like Ryan Garcia. Their dads kind of get caught up in it. It becomes more so about their fathers. So I just feel like, yeah, Jesse's right. That's what I'm saying. You got to leave your emotions out of the fight. So do you go away from your dad as a trainer if you're Devin Haney, or do you stay with it? Because observing it, I think that Devin Haney got a little bit confused, because when I was at the weigh-ins and the open workouts, Devin Haney's dad was saying stuff like, if he dies, he dies. And then he's also saying, my son's got the best jab in boxing. So which one is it? If you're Devin Haney and you're hearing this, do you say, all right, I'm going to go in there and box him, or am I supposed to go and try to knock him out? Why would you try to stand in the center of the ring with him? That's what I can't understand from Devin. Devin had a bad game plan going into that Ryan Garcia fight. Don't go in there and try to stand with a big puncher that's knocking all these guys out. Go in there and box him up. Do what you're best at and put on a boxing clinic. That's what Devin should have been doing. But, Devin didn't do that. That's the ultimate reality of it. As much as I like Devin, he didn't implement the game plan that he was supposed to. So Ryujin is saying Devin ain't no quitter. Yeah, he really isn't. Imagine if Ryan Garcia is on steroids to get dropped as many times as Devin did. Technically, Devin got dropped 3 times, but realistically, he got dropped 5 times. So if Ryan was on steroids and Devin still didn't quit, Devin didn't get stopped, that in my book, that's not just a participation award. You're a freaking warrior for that. Ryujin is saying Ryan quit. I don't know. Did Ryan quit? I feel like he just had a lot against him, and could he have gotten up? Maybe, but I think it would have gotten worse. But yeah, maybe that can be considered quitting. But Ryan had that rib injury, and that's a fact. The fighter that hurt him literally came out and admitted that he hurt Ryan Garcia to the body. So that also shows that Ryan is susceptible to a body shot, but who's not? A lot of fighters get hurt to the body, but it is what it is. At least, the thing about Ryan is we haven't really seen him out on his feet. I would argue that we saw him out on his feet against Devin. I think Devin hurt Ryan the most that I've ever seen with that left hook in the third round. So now the poll switch, should Devin's dad have stopped the fight, is now 50-50. Yeah, it is an interesting debate for sure, because ultimately, that's his son. You guys got to remember that, like, we're not Devin's dad. So when he's seeing his son getting beat like this, I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure my parents would stop that fight and take me out of that situation. And I wouldn't blame them, because, if I'm getting fucked up, I'm getting fucked up. And Devin was getting his ass beat. As much as I like him, and he knows it too. He got his ass beat in that fight. But, if Ryan's on PEDs, then the validity of the fight definitely goes down. If not, all the credit goes away. But is Canelo fighting yet, y'all? Jesse said, make a Discord. Yo, bro, I suck at using Discord, bro. I think I have one. DM me on Instagram and I'll figure it out. I'll figure some shit out. But, DM me on Instagram and I'll try to figure out the Discord shit. Because I've been working on that too. I kind of want to hop on the Discord trend because I think it'll help with all this stuff. But, yeah, is Canelo fighting yet? Let me know. Because I ain't hearing too much about, people usually tell me, the fight's about to happen. So I'm guessing it's not freaking happening yet. Oh, Brandon Figueroa knocks out Jesse Magdaleno in round 9. So that means Barrios is next. So we got co-main, and then we got main event coming up for Canelo and Munguia. I'm gonna hop off when it's like main event, like close to main event time, because I don't really care about the Barrios fight. You guys can just let me know what's popping. Is everybody watching the fight? Is everybody watching the Canelo fight? But yes, Jesse, I see you. We'll get in touch for sure on Instagram or something like that. Just hit me up. I'm sure I should be able to see your DM or whatever. Let's make another poll. Are y'all watching Canelo? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm only watching to the main event. Does that make me a casual? I just don't give a shit. Like, I'll be straight up with you guys. Like, I know who all these fighters are. I know Fabian Maidana. I know Mario Barrios. I know Brandon Figueroa. Vito Milnicki, that's my guy. He's from Jersey. I'm from Jersey, so I watched his fight on the YouTube prelims. But ultimately, like, I really don't care. Learn how to spell boxing. You guys hey, how about I turn into a promoter and Jesse and Ryujin can face off in a fight? Because you guys have been going at each other since yesterday. This might be the start of something crazy. You guys might have to have a face off or something. I don't know. You guys are wilding at each other. I think you guys are just two fans that are passionate about the sport and, have opposing opinions. And I think that's what boxing is about. That's how sports are supposed to be. They're supposed to be debated. So I appreciate both of you guys doing your thing. Are you watching Canelo fight? Yes, it'll be a banger. No snooze fest. Bro, I'm not going to lie. I've been a little underwhelmed with Canelo as a fighter recently. Like, if you're not going to fight the best fighter in the world, you got to give me knockouts. And I know he fought Charlo, but ultimately, like, bro, I need to see some crazy stuff. I need to see some. All right. Everybody's saying it'll be a banger. Okay. Oh, switching up. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been to. What do you guys think about Canelo recently? I think he's just like, he's one of those fighters. Like, he's definitely a cash cow and makes $1 million, but fighting style doesn't really excite me as much as it used to. Like, I think the fight with Bivol really, changed it for me. I think he just doesn't care as much. I'll be real. Like, I don't think the hunger to beat a big fighter is really there anymore. Canelo's made so much money. It's like, why would I fight, the best opposition in the world? Jesse has a saying, bro, you have a nice ass house. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Trying to keep it clean, But yeah, I feel like going back to Canelo, I need to see that Benavidez fight. I've been waiting on that one. I'm not saying that like Canelo's ducking him, but Canelo has said that he needs that money to be right. But ultimately, like, give the fans what they want, bro. Like, you're just gonna keep hearing this, and I understand the money has to be right for Canelo, but still, I would like to see you know, Canelo get in there with the best. I'd like to see Canelo and Terrence Crawford. I got Bud in that one. Let me know who you guys got. Who you guys got? If Canelo and Terrence Crawford fight, who you guys got? I'm gonna play against the weight class card and go with Bud. I think Bud's a little, too talented right now. I think he's on top of his game, and Canelo's more so on the decline. So I'd probably go Canelo Alvarez. But I think he needs to. Oh damn, Jesse got Canelo. Yeah, I mean it's not a crazy pick to say Canelo. I think Canelo would probably be the favorite against Bud. No, but I only picked Bud because it's just like, after what he did to Spence, man, that was just crazy. I think he's just really good. He knows when you're in range to hit him in, and Terrence has long ass arms, no Diddy shit, but still, I think that he's too rangy, and he really does. That physical strength is no joke. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I was at a gym and Terrence Crawford was wrestling one reporter, and he was freaking manhandling. He was manhandling that dude. Oh, damn. Some people are saying that, in the poll that the Canelo fight's going to be a snooze fest. I hope not. I hope not, because I'm staying up for it. Like, I mean, I'd be awake anyways, but like ultimately, like I want to see a good fight from Canelo. I got to see something special. I won't be satisfied with it just a decision win. I'll be real. And that's not just because I bet money that Canelo will get the stoppage. I just want to make it interesting, guys, and just throw a little chump change at it and see what happens. But yeah, I think Canelo should win, but I think he needs a knockout to really like freaking put a stamp on it, bro. Otherwise, like, who are you fooling at the end of the day? You're saying you're great. You got to prove it to us. You can't just beat these guys. I feel like Mayweather has beaten more credible opposition and is he's beaten more world champions than anybody in the sport of boxing. So I'm not saying that we have to compare greatness, but I'm just saying in this sport you got to give the fans what they want, or else they won't really care about you. You got to do it eventually. I think there's a good chance that David Benavidez is the last fight for Canelo Alvarez, but who knows? I still don't think it sells more than Tank and Ryan. Tank and Ryan's such a big freaking fight right now, bro. That's the biggest fight in boxing. I feel like who's really has a bigger fight than Tank and Ryan as a rematch? Like that narrative is nuts. Especially imagine Devin and Tank fight again. That'd be insane. Like no, if Devin and Tank fight and then one of them rematches Ryan, that's big too. Like there's a lot of big fights right now. I just don't want to see them go to waste. That's a big reason why it's like part of me wants to see Ryan Garcia find a way to clean this up, because if he cleans it up, then we got some big fights for Ryan Garcia to be involved in. If not, there's still big fights, but I think that Ryan Garcia is such a big draw that it would be good for the sport of boxing if he was part of it. But cheating's a no-no. We can't come out here and say cheating's okay. We don't support cheating, and I don't think you support cheating, Jesse. I'm just saying I think you're kind of being more optimistic that this could be a setup. And honestly, that'd be good for Ryan Garcia. That'd be perfect if he can find a way to clear his name and make it all good. But what else is going on, guys? You guys have any more questions for me? Let me know in the chat. Get this chat popping real quick. If not, I'll probably answer any questions you guys got, as long as they ain't out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have to be boxing related. Let us know. We haven't heard the last about the drug tests. What do you mean by that? We haven't heard the last about these drug tests. I feel like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that drug test. I think, we'll get final confirmation. They're sus. Yeah. I mean, all these boxing commissions and their rules, they should see what happens. And you're right. Ryan Garcia literally said he's going to sue VADA. And that'd be interesting. Maybe if he sues VADA and they have to go into further investigation, maybe VADA will say that they made some kind of mistake. Who knows? Money talks. When they have to deal with it, all these allegations and go to court, maybe VADA will have a hard time with it. Who knows? Ryan Garcia may be able to clear his name. I hope it happens. I don't know if you guys saw. I'm going to talk about this again because it freaking shocked me. But Tank was defending Ryan, saying that it's a freaking setup for Ryan Garcia, that people are trying to set Ryan Garcia up to make him look bad. Do we agree with that? That Ryan Garcia was set up? Yeah, that's a good point. Jesse saying that Tank is defending Ryan because he wants that fight and he wants it to be a payday. Yeah, and on top of that, Jesse, I also think that Tank's not like boys with Ryan. He just wants to say that Ryan's not guilty because he wants his win to look better, right? Like if Tank beat Ryan the way that he did, and then Ryan Garcia stopped Devin, like and didn't stop Devin, but beat up Devin, then that makes Tank's win look better, right? So like ultimately he's going to try and say that Ryan Garcia wasn't cheating, but there's all a method to Tank's madness. Tank is smarter than you guys think. I think that's the reason why he's defending Ryan Garcia. On top of that, Gervonta doesn't like Eddie Hearn at all. He doesn't like him one bit. He was calling him a snake in a suit, and it was kind of crazy. So I think it is a good fight, though. Ryan Garcia and Tank rematch. We all know there will be a Tank and Ryan Garcia fight at some point. Yeah, the rematch should happen. I agree with you. The rematch has to happen. I think you're right. There is a lot of money involved in it. My only major concern is that what weight do you fight at? What do you think, Jesse? What's the best weight that they could fight at? Because Tank is saying that he's willing to fight Ryan Garcia in a rematch, but Ryan Garcia has to fight at 140, and then he can only rehydrate to 150. So it's basically not a fight for Ryan because Ryan can't even make 140, and he's not going to want to take a rehydration clause. He said he's done with the rehydration clauses. So they're going to have to figure out something else. If Tank can make a catch weight and just forget about the rehydration clause, which I don't think he'll do because he doesn't want to do, Tank's smart. He's not going to fight Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia comes in the ring at around like 160 and then Tank's weighing like 146, like he's not going to go in there with Ryan Garcia if he has a 15-pound weight advantage. Catch weight and rehydration clause at 154. I don't think Tank's going to fight at 154, bro, because Tank right now, I'm pretty sure he's weighing probably 140, 145. I don't even think he's at 154 right now. He's freaking skinny. Like I saw Tank. That dude's skinny. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see that. But Ryan Garcia said he can't make 140. What should the contracted weight be at? Because maybe 143. Just do a frick. Oh, you're right. You're saying catch weight. So maybe like 144 catch weight and then 10-pound rehydration clause. Is that fair? I feel like that's pretty fair, right? Because Tank's a smaller guy. I mean, if I'm Tank's team, I'm not letting him go in there with Ryan Garcia knowing that he's going to be, 20 pounds heavier. That's just not smart. Like you want it to be somewhat even in the sport of boxing. So like I was saying yesterday, I don't like weight classes because I feel like it just makes people try to gain an advantage. If you're walking around at 150, you're going to try to get down to like 126. And that's just not healthy, and it's not fair to people that maybe are closer to the weight class and genuinely, are fighting at that weight class. So I just think, weight classes they need to make some changes and make it more feasible for these fighters, because a lot of people get the common misconception, like because the fighter is ripped at that weight, that's their prime weight. But in terms of performance and true performance, Ryan Garcia, even though he wasn't ripped on fight night, and obviously the PEDs could have played a factor in this, he still probably had the performance of a lifetime, and he wasn't ripped. He if anything, he looked heavier than he's ever looked. So, physique, fools you. Physique fools everybody. Just because a fighter is ripped. I mean, look at Tyson Fury, for God's sakes. Like, this guy is literally fat. The guy's obese, but he's the freaking heavyweight champion of the world. Or, him and Usyk have to fight, but like, he's still a legend as a heavyweight. We can't take that away from him. So I feel like, there has to be something done. I feel like, being ripped isn't what boxing's about. You got to be in good shape, but, having a shredded six-pack, but looking in the face and you look like a skeleton like that, for me, that's just not, I don't want to see that. As a fan, as a spectator, as somebody who analyzes the sport, daily. I don't want to see boxers go in there and look like they're dying, like they're killing themselves to make weight, because that defeats the purpose. I want to see fighters feel healthy. They should feel confident going into that fight. Like I really don't like the idea of weight classes, especially rehydration class. I'll be so bro. I wrestled in high. Jesse saying, bro, I wrestled in high school and I had to do crazy weight cuts. What do you walk around at, Jesse? And then what did you have to cut to? I'm curious because I had a lot of friends in high school that were spitting in bottles, not eating lunch because they had a wrestling match coming up and they had to cut weight. So yeah, cutting weight is no joke, especially if you don't have a right method to it. It's messed up, bro. Like cutting weight is literally bad. Cutting weight obviously not to an extent. Like if you're fat and you get into good shape, that's not what I mean. I'm referring to the cutting weight when you already have like 6% body fat and you still have to lose 5 to 10 pounds. That's bad. That's just not good for people in general. People shouldn't be doing that, period. So in my opinion, weight classes, all that stuff, they got to do something about it, because, in terms of rehydration clauses, I don't know if you guys know this, but rehydration clauses are only really a thing because of Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather is the one that put rehydration clauses. He did that to Canelo. He made Canelo come down in weight. That's where Gervonta Davis got it from. You can put rehydration clauses inside the contract, and no fighters really do that. You see guys like Manny Pacquiao, my favorite fighter. He doesn't do that. He had all the right to do it because he was a legend in the sport. Why not do that to like a guy like Keith Thurman? Put a rehydration clause in there or something like that. No, he didn't do that. He fought him at 47. He said, let's go. When I wrestled, Jesse's saying when I wrestled at 124, I walked around 140. Yeah, see, but believe it or not, Jesse, in the sport of boxing, that would be considered not a bad weight cut. Isn't that like crazy? And you did it as a kid, so you know firsthand that it's not easy to cut weight. You're basically getting an eating disorder. When you cut weight, you basically are getting messed up mentally because you think you're not supposed to be eating this food. This is wrong. Your eyes are on making a certain weight. You're looking at that number, trying to drop every tenth of a pound, and you can't do it because you have no more sweat to give. You have no more moisture from the body. You can't sweat. You can't do anything. Sauna suit on a treadmill. Yeah, you have to put extra layers on and start running, doing more cardio, working out, and then you can't. You spit into a water bottle trying to get every last drop out so that you try to pee, you can't pee, try to shit, you can't shit because you haven't eaten anything. So it's just like, it's brutal, bro. The sport of boxing, it does take a toll on the body for sure. Yeah, especially weight cutting. That's why I've been saying like I'm rambling on and on about this, but weight cutting shouldn't be a thing to the extent that it is right now. It's just not good for the sport of boxing. They talk about Ryan Garcia coming overweight. I do think that because of weight cutting, the 3 pounds made a difference, but this shouldn't even be a concern in the sport of boxing. It should be like, what are we comfortable at? Okay, let's make that weight. If Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney both fight, they both feel in good shape around, let's say 165, then they should be fighting at, 154 minimum, in my opinion. Maybe just fight at 160 if you have to. That should be the way it is, because ultimately, why are we getting these fighters to come down all the way if it's just going to kill them and they're going to have excuses and say stuff like I'm drained? So to eliminate those excuses, to eliminate the issue of, maybe this fighter is going to say that he was drained after a fight, let these guys, whatever their walk around weight is, every fighter should have their walk around weight, and they should show it as a profile on their boxing record or whatever, and say, this is my walk around weight. I'm willing to go down 6 pounds. So this is the weight that I'm going to fight at. And every fighter should have a decent walk around weight that can be tested, whatever the case may be, so that there's no cheating. It should be a level playing field. The problem is that none of these fighters are the exact same size. Yeah, I know that. It's just like, if they sign up to fight at a certain weight, then it should be their walk around weight. Like they should have to, constantly keep track of their weight and log it in the sport of boxing to see what their walk around weight is. And I think that's how you determine what weight they fight at. You have to track consistently what they're weighing, in and out of camp. So that's how you decide what's going to be a healthy weight for them to compete at. And if they don't want to fight at that weight, then, they're screwed. Like that's ultimately what it comes down to, because cutting weight is bad. Like you literally get, an eating disorder from cutting weight. These fighters have to be eating. Like there are fighters that don't eat 24 hours. They eat little portions, like little pieces of cheese, little pieces of grilled chicken, and that's what they consider their meal before a title fight. Like that just seems absurd to me. That seems insane. And it's just like obviously counterintuitive, because you'd think that these guys are getting ready for the fight of their life, and they're feeling strong. No, these guys are feeling freaking weak, and they only have a day to rehydrate. Like obviously you do get to rehydrate, but you have to basically, it's like being sick, feeling like you're dying, and then you have to feel better in the next 24 hours and then fight. That's ultimately what it is. And that shit blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. You just need rehydration tests like we have in California. Oh, okay, that's cool. Tell me about that, Jesse. How does that work? Like they actually do tests for you, like for wrestling, or are you talking about boxing? But like I just don't know. I just think there's got to be a more efficient way to making this weight, feasible for these guys. Like it's just too hard for a guy like Ryan Garcia. He shouldn't have to explain that he came in overweight, because like if you don't want to come in like dead like that. I know that's the sport of boxing. It's been like that for years, but like Ryan Garcia is showing that it's a different wave now. No matter what people say, making weight, all this stuff, they have to do something about it, because like no one wants to see a fighter dead. You know, it's a P concentration test. If it's too concentrated, you can't wrestle. Oh, I didn't know that. Damn, were kids like cheating in high school and stuff like that? Like that'd be crazy. But yeah, like just going back to that, as much as I do think that 3 pounds makes a difference, I don't think it should be magnified as much as it was for Ryan Garcia, because like at the end of the day, you guys think that 3 pounds is the reason that Ryan Garcia landed that freaking left hook. No, it's not. That's not why Ryan Garcia landed the left hook. That's because Devin Haney stood in the center of the ring and tried to trade with a puncher, and he got clipped. That's bottom line what it is. And I like Devin Haney. I see Devin and his dad at these press conferences, everything. I do see that. Jesse saying the 3 pounds didn't do anything. But Jesse, like when you weight cut and this, like the last pounds are the hardest to take off. If you're cutting to 124, let's say you're at 27, that those 3 pounds are annoying, right? Like those kill you, don't they? Like they're the hardest to get out. So just look at Devin. He had to do that, but Ryan didn't. And I'm not saying that Ryan wouldn't have won either way. I'm just saying like it does probably affect like health in terms of your condition going into a fight. I still think Ryan would have beat his ass anyway. Because with PEDs, without PEDs, I'm still going to bet Ryan Garcia beats Devin Haney, because it's too difficult of a fight for Devin to not get caught. 12 rounds. I just don't think it happens. But yeah, is it Canelo fight time yet? Is Barrios in the ring? What's going on, chat? Is anybody watching the fight? Let me know what's going on, because I'm not even freaking. I'm being a casual right now. I'm just looking on boxing Twitter right now. Oh shit. Barrios is. I think this is a good fight. I kind of want to turn it on. I'm not allowed to do that though, right? I'm not allowed to do that on YouTube. I might have to watch this, guys. Are you guys watching the Canelo fight right now? Can you guys let me know, like in the comments, like is it a fight worth turning on? Gervonta Davis calls Eddie Hearn a snake in a suit, but apparently this is a good fight. Are you guys watching? Come on, somebody comment. Is it a good fight or not? Because I'm fucking stressing out. Is Canelo versus? I mean, is the Canelo card good? Like, is Barrios making it entertaining, and is Maidana like his brother? Is that fair to say? Is it an entertaining fight right now? Let me know in the comments, because part of me wants to watch that fight, but I want to see the main event for sure. I'm definitely going to tune into the main event, but ultimately, let me know who you guys got. Any last questions before I hop off, guys? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what's up, what's going on. Jesse, shout out to you, bro, for leaving your comments and stuff like that. The fight is a snooze fest. Oh, it's boring. Okay, I won't get on then. Screw it, I'm staying. Because I thought how Twitter, like they post on social media. Oh shit, I do have to hop off soon. My freaking laptop's dead. I need to freaking bring my charger with me. This is stupid. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off now, guys. Any last words before I dip? Thank you guys for everybody that tuned in. Another successful day of streaming, 3 days in a row, baby. I'll probably be doing it tomorrow again. We'll talk Canelo, Munguia. Let's see if Canelo gets upset or if I cash out on my bet. For anybody wondering, I bet Canelo to stop Jaime Munguia, and you guys are going to call me crazy. I know it's not the best bet, but hey, it was plus 550. Maybe Canelo can pull it off. Maybe bust Munguia's eye to the point where there's like a doctor stoppage or something like that. Thanks. I need that luck on the bet. We'll see what happens, but I'm not sweating about it. It's not like I didn't put anything crazy, but we'll see what happens. Shout out to Jesse, shout out to Brian, Ryujin, everybody that showed up in the chat, made it lit, and I had a good time. So thank you guys for watching today's stream, and I'll catch you guys later. Message me on Instagram. I left it down below, at Matt Nabong and at Nabs Fight Media, the same title as this channel. That's my Instagram. So contact me on there. If you guys have anything to say, let me know. I'll be answering you guys, but thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so that you guys can catch the next live, because we're getting lit. It's growing. It's getting lit. Shout out to you guys for joining. Shout out Jesse. Shout out Ryujin, Brian, all you guys. Thank you guys for watching.